Hi friends, in this video we are going to see some of the applications, the basic or the common applications of the machine learning. Let us get into this video. So here I am going to provide some of the common applications of these different types of machine learning models. Starting from the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, and apart from that we are going to also have some specific uh, examples or the applications of the learning associations and classification. So let us look into this learning associations. So the best example for this learning association is the basket analysis, or we call it market basket analysis. So it is going to, in basket analysis, what you are going to do is to find the association between the products that are bought by the customers. So you are going to analyze the product those are bought by the customers. So how you can analyze this, if suppose consider a product X is being bought by a customer, the customer who buy X, and if those customers who have bought X have bought Y also together, then such type of data can be taken. So most of the customers are buying X, also buy Y. So those products can be analyzed and identified using this basket analysis. And the second application of this learning association is web portal. So here already the user's data may be available, and it can identify the process or the navigation of the users. So those who are coming into this particular page, if they are clicking this particular navigation menu for a continuous time, so it analyzes the most number of clicks, and it will download such pages in the advance for the faster access. The second is the classification model. The first one is the bank loan for finding the customer's attributes and his risk. So it will be analyzing the customer's previous history of transaction and identifies whether the customer is a genuine customer or a risky customer. And the second one is the most attractive example, that is the handwritten characters. So if suppose you are having a algorithm for reading the zip codes on the envelopes that are filled handwritten, and this will identify the various characters that are available in the envelope, and it just reads the zip codes. So this is actually a very complex problem, because each will be having their handwritings in a different way, and they have everybody will be writing in a different way, and some may be writing in a bold, some may be making it cursive writing. So those things may be available. So even though it need to recognize those data which are available. So based on the already provided training data, it identifies the characters that are available in the envelope, and it reads the zip codes. And the third is the face recognition. So it is well known for us. So this will classify based on the patterns that are provided as the training input, and it identifies whether this particular person is a recognized or authorized person or not. That you can identify using this face recognition. As we have seen in the previous example, this is also a difficult task, because there may be lots of complex materials based on which this face recognition can be a toughest one. For example, there can be accessories that are available in the face which may not be there when we are giving the training in. For example, they can wear sunglasses that will entirely cover the eyebrows and eyes. That will be a difficult one to learn. So likewise, there will be number of difficulties in learning this face recognition. So this is also coming under the classification model. And next is the medical diagnosis, where the history of the previous patients will be provided as the training data, and based on that it will be identifying the symptoms of the existing patient. And the last example in this classification model is speech recognition, where you are going to provide the acoustics as the training data, and based on that it is going to classify. So next, coming to the supervised learning, so it is some of the examples for this supervised learning may be risk assessment, image classification, fraud detection, spam filtering. All these are some of the applications which uses the supervised learning. And one of the well-known applications I have kept here, that is the autonomous car and the recommendation system for movies. So in the autonomous car, you will be providing the training data, and based on the sensors, based on the inputs provided by the sensors, it acts according to the training data. So for example, there will be a training data set which is already available, which will be containing how far the steering wheel should be turned to turn in this particular area. That training data will be given by the manual drivers, and then it will be provided as the input to this car. And this car, when the sensor detects that this particular road makes it turning, it will identify that already existing on the training data, and based on that it turns the steering wheel. And the next is the recommendation system for movies. So what it does is generate the list of ordered by how much we believe the user is likely to enjoy each movies. So it is also based on the training data which we provide as the input, which contains the expectation of the users. And the next is the unsupervised learning algorithm. Here you are going to analyze the customer in a company. So the customer data will be containing the demographic information, that is the past transaction, all those things are available. So what the company is going to do is analyze the customer, what type of product their customer is frequently buying, or when these customers coming to the company often. So those things you are going to analyze. So this concept we call as customer segmentation, where this clustering model allocates customers similar in their attributes to a same group. So this is called as the customer segmentation. So this is one of the example for this unsupervised learning model. And the next is the reinforcement learning model. The best example for this reinforcement learning model is game playing. As we have seen in the previous videos, that reinforcement learning works based on the feedbacks. So here also the moves of the game, when to put which coin into the state, all those things will be learnt from the feedback which you have already got from the players, and that will be put as the input, and based on that its sequence of right moves will be performed. So this is one of the example of this, or the application of this reinforcement learning. Thank you.